Okay, so here we are, we'll get up for the grand finale of the mini-LP of this game, Transformers the Movie the Game. We're playing a Starscream, pity him, he looks absolutely fucking ridiculous. Look at him, silly bastard. Okay, now you're wondering, how could the mission briefings possibly get any worse, weren't you? I said they got worse, and I was right. Here we are, we're in F-22 with Starscream, and just watch this. No, that actually just happened. Yeah, apparently, though we speak Cybertronian, we don't speak it well enough that you can actually translate his speech, so we have to pause the game to get a translation. Why they can't just, have him talk in English, I don't know. You'll notice the radar is blank. That is because our first mission is to unblank our radar. Yes, they're not fucking stupid enough to give us an entire series of missions with a blank radar. Luckily. Thankfully. So here's our first mission. Now apparently human radio transmissions, basic radio transmissions, communications, whatever, can jam our advanced Cybertronian radar. That's idiotic. Okay, so what we've got to do is find hidden zones around the place. So let's find these 5 hidden action zones, and then we've got to destroy all the various communication equipment within them, which is okay, which is kind of fun because it's all destruction. Now there are a few Autobots hanging around here. They are Autobot plane drones, which have flamethrowers and look like F-16s, F-15s, sorry. I apologise, I have offended many plane nerds by making that mistake, I know. So, we just got to blow up some buildings. Now, you'll notice that Starscream looks, well, even in the most generous sense, completely fucking absurd. He is wider than he is tall. Now, why is that, you're thinking? Why? Why? You might even have fallen to your knees and started going, oh god, why? Well, it is because of Michael Bay's ridiculous no-mass-changing law, which applies to everything except, of course, the Allspark, which is quite capable of changing the size of the building to the size of a backpack. Now, in the case of Starscream, this means that because he isn't allowed to be taller than Megatron, because otherwise the interaction between Starscream and Megatron just wouldn't work, he has to have this really, really fucking stupid transformation. Now, the reason that Megatron and him can't both be tall is, of course, that Optimus Prime is a truck and therefore is limited to a size of 20 to 30 feet. Now, if you use the standard planeformer transformation, which is to use the fuselage as the body and the engines as the legs, you end up with a thing that's roughly 60 feet tall. And, of course, if Megatron was over 60 feet tall, it would look like something like in a G1 sense, say Jazz vs. Devastator, which would be an unbelievably hilarious battle, but wouldn't really make for much of an ending to a film. So instead, we have to end up with whatever the fuck this is. Well, if you're an American, the Americans I've asked have always said he looks like an ape. However, the English I've asked have always said he looks like a rugby player. This says something about rugby players, doesn't it? So anyway, we're being chased around now by another one of these silly Autobot drones who's going to fire his flamethrower at us and annoy us. Now, I don't know of any reliable method of killing those guys. Apparently, killing them off involves like throwing a vehicle at them or something. This is bollocks. Okay, we've got our secondary weapon. It's a Gatling gun. Well, hey, it's a Gatling gun from the plane. Our first weapon is, of course, a missile launcher from the plane. Only it's not, because it's much less powerful. Because, it's got to be stupid. Okay, now, if you double tap in any direction, you will do a roll in that direction as the robot. You will do it in any direction as the plane. I think it's only to the sides. You can't do a barrel roll. No, Peppy, you can't. Stupid rabbit. So, we found another hidden action zone. We're going to knock over some cars. We're going to blow up some communications equipment. We're going to be chased around with some helicopters. It's all go. It's all action and brilliance and awesome. And actually, yes, the minus destruction missions in this game are okay. I will give it that. It's just all the other fucking missions that are the problem. Now, in the next mission, we get a boss fight with Ironhide. It is the single worst moment of this game, and it is why I'm not going to continue this onto any other levels, no matter how much you beg and plead with me. Yes, regardless, don't even try. The boss fight with Ironhide, he is invincible for the vast majority of it. Yes, that just completely disappeared, that truck. It's a disappearing truck. They are the worst kind. They are nasty, tricksy, filthy, horrible trucks. Farce! So, the boss fight with Ironhide, he is invincible for the majority of it. You can only hit him at certain times. The rest of the time he will summon waves of Autobots to attack you. These things are apparently much bigger for Starscream than they were for Blackout. Yeah, the rest of the time we're summon waves of Autobots. Now, the Autobot drones include these shoulder-barging drones, which kill you ridiculously quickly. They are perfectly capable of getting stuck on buildings behind him when he's invincible. While he's invincible, if you go anywhere near him, he'll do this ridiculous attack which knocks you miles back. You can't do anything about it. So it's basically like the gang battles in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, only more so because they almost always get stuck, rather than just occasionally running 3 miles away and causing you to go and get a cup of tea like they did in San Andreas. So it's utter balls. I hate it completely, and we've just finished the mission while I was abusing Ironhide. That bastard. After that, you get a tedious mission as Megatron, where all you have to do is like kill off about 4 million Autobot drones, and it takes like ages. It's just padded to all hell. I mean, it might even be a fun mission if we try to. No, not if we throw a jeep, so that's got nothing to do with it at all. It might even be a fun mission if they hadn't padded it so fucking much. Okay, now we've got to save that worthless git, Bonecrusher. That's what happens if you transform in a place where you shouldn't transform, or if you collide with something head-on, he'll transform back again, and it takes a little bit of time, and it's kind of annoying. Right, so we've got to go and help out Bonecrusher. Now, Bonecrusher is a mine-clearing vehicle. He is based on a real mine-clearing vehicle, only because Michael Bay has no understanding of perspective, he took a promotional picture of it, assumed the mine-clearing blade was actually as big as it was in the photo, and therefore Bonecrusher's is. It's 11 feet across rather than 14 inches across like the real one. Okay, now to help Bonecrusher out, he transforms into a robot every time he encounters these weird little turrets, including that one which isn't firing at him, but which the game says is firing at him, so it pins him until we've got rid of it. The action zone is around him. So all we've got to do is follow Bonecrusher, and whenever the humans start firing their silly electrical crap at him, we've got to stop them. Because that's bad. We don't like that kind of nonsense at all. Now, the silly electrical crap doesn't hurt us or anything, but for some reason it renders other Decepticons completely ineffectual, and they can't even fight back. Which is interesting, certainly. Especially when it starts happening to Brawler, who is a massive great tank and the most heavily armed of all the Decepticons. Then it just sort of changes from vague gameplay conceit to completely inexcusable gameplay conceit, and we start getting seriously pissed off, throwing things at people, and wanting to destroy anyone even remotely connected with the development of this game. Yes, both of them. So, we've got more electricity crap being fired at him. You guys, stop using Spark Jump. We've been over why it's crap. You're not going to redeem it by firing it at my fellow Decepticon who seems to have forgotten what all his weapons do. You will not, sir, die you. Fucking helicopters thinking they all that. Just because Blackout got a better mission than me. Right, he's going to turn into a robot there for no apparent reason at all. And then he's just going to carry on. I think perhaps they intended there to be a stop zone there, but in the end they didn't put the turrets in or something like that. That would certainly fit the overall mediocrity of this game. So here we go, this is the final set of gun turrets. They are going to start firing at him. Now, of course, when they're firing at him, it's the only time he actually has an energy bar. And he doesn't get it until he turns into a robot. So he gets all his pretty much all his energy back immediately once you've got rid of a set of turrets, so it's not really like there's any threat at all. You'd expect this place to be swarming with tanks by now, but actually it doesn't really swarm with much at all. It's really a fairly unthreatening area. Go figure. Yeah, so this is a military base. Now, of course, because no, it's not back. Bonecrusher and Brawl, all these fucking bees undermining me again. Bees, oh god, bees. Because Bonecrusher and Brawl are military vehicles, you'd think it might make sense for them to hide out on a military base, but, you know, it doesn't really help them get out, does it? So, here we go, we're on the runway, and he stops there, and that's the mission over. So, apparently his mission was to drive right into the middle of the human military base. Yeah, it makes no sense at all. Marvellous. Okay, so we're going to have this brief loading screen, which I've got to cut out, because I'm a fucking idiot. Woo. Alright, so we're now over here for some reason. We can actually even see we've moved this time around. Okay, so he's going to go at us, and he has found out that we've received a clear signal from Bonecrusher. I've set a beacon near the source of the transmission. Okay, which is over there, apparently. You know, even though we just rescued him and we're standing next to him, we've now received a clear signal from him and have to stand here in order to be standing next to him again. None shall stand in his way. That seems a little ironic, considering what just happened. Okay, so we've got to destroy the human jets. We're making human jets with Transformers-type technology. Oh no! These are little baby Megatrons, basically, and we have to shoot all of them down. We have to pick up their fuselages and throw them away. So, essentially, it's a hybrid of the two missions we did with Blackout. Wahey! Ag! Clonk! Good thing I don't take fall damage. So, yeah, we go. Here's one of the fuselages. They are marked in green on the map after you destroy one. So we pick it up and we throw it away, and it's apparently completely weightless judging by how far we threw it. Jesus. Ridiculous. So we've got 10 of those to shoot down. Here you go, look, they look like Megatron, only without the tail section, basically. So, shooting down small Megatrons. This seems essentially to be something that Starscream would do. It's very in character for him. I'd probably use it as practice, the magnificent bastard. So we're being chased around by... Oh no, we're being chased by missiles. If only we had flares or a boost button. Oh, we do have a boost button. Good, excellent. So we're going to shoot down a few more of these weaky human type fighters. Oh, 3 of them. That's going to be some easy agility. 1. Yeah, they're going to take 1 missile each. 2. 3 human jets. Wait, that's not Starscream. It's the Count. Yeah, Hoops joke and Sesame Street joke in the Sesame Street joke in these updates. You are getting some quality obscure references here. Yeah, maybe I'm just in some kind of competition with myself to see what the most completely off-topic reference I can get is, who knows? It's another jet. Doom unto it. Crunch. And it crashes as well. It's going to pick up this fuselage. No, we're not. Yep. Yeah, now we are. We're going to pick it up and throw it away. We don't want it anymore. We've got all we need from it, and I'm not entirely sure what that was to begin with. Okay, we just stepped aside the mission area. 5 seconds, step back into the mission area, which is particularly generous. Usually, though, it will just knock you back into the mission area going in the opposite direction rather than failing the mission automatically. But I imagine every so often it'll change its mind. You never know with this game. You never know what it's going to do next. Life is like a box of chocolate. No, it's not. By the time you get left there, all that's left is the orange cream. No. Right, okay, so we've got another one. Ooh, there he goes. You're not the other one. Bugger off. Don't need any of your shit. There we go. So we got rid of another B-22. Oh no, we're being missiled. That's villainy. That's villainy of a high order, and you're not a high order villain. I think you've stolen that villainy from a much better villain. So I'm going to blast that vehicle due to my obscene crapness. Crunch. Crunch. And we pick this thing up and we throw it away. Piss off. Away with you, puny human creation. You're not the real Megatron, and I want to go and do that to him. Only I'll probably do some other stuff first, like toss him out of Astro Train again. Yeah, so you'll see one of the greater atrocities of scale when we get to the final part of the other LP, well, the other section of this LP, really. Because, of course, anything that Unicron goes near ends up being the wrong scale. It's just his thing, really. So, we pick this up, this is the final one, and we throw it away. Woo. And we have completed that mission, because we are great and awesome and wondrous, and we pan across another part of the human military base, which we have wrecked, and our arm folds away. Did you notice that when his arm gun folds away, it sort of folds into his elbow, and then his arm just completely changes, which is stupid, so we're going to destroy that building as revenge. Okay, Starscream, we found Brawl. We? You're here? Where are you? I need to drop bombs on you, you little bastard. Fucking robotic Jar Jar Binks thinking he can tell me what to do, just because he's always right. Fucker. Okay, so walking into this one. This is the final mission. We're actually going to do it twice, however. The reason being, because we failed it the first time, because, as said, I'm too good at it. So, we've got more of these things which are firing electricity. Destroy the vehicles, taking the ball, and Bonecrusher. Fuck off. Okay, got more of these vehicles firing their silly electricity. We've got some firing their silly electricity, and then we have got to go over to the other guy. We've got, Brawler's over here, and over on the other side is Bonecrusher. He turns into a tank. Of course, he doesn't fire his weapons when he's a tank, stay as a tank, or indeed do anything useful at all. All he does is just drive around and knock stuff about. They also don't shoot at him when he's a tank, though. It's very, very strange and bizarre, really. So, yeah, I've got more of these guys firing now firing electrical crap at Bonecrusher instead. So we deal with them, and then we have to re-enter the other action zones. So we're going to get over there, haven't we? Oh, yes, it's a sort of management simulation aspect, only it's not. It's really, really not. You die, and you die. I don't have to deal with your puny human armoredness because I've got this bizarre rocket launcher that blows everything to bits in seconds. In fact, most of the waves you can actually destroy by shooting them twice with that rocket launcher. And there is where the problem begins. So here we go, we've got a wave of 5, which are all standing in such a ridiculously tight cluster that, as said, one shot will affect all of them. They're all firing their silly electrical weapons at Bonecrusher, thinking that it'll actually do shit. And we're just going to stand around here and we're going to wait for Brawl to get in trouble again so that we can go and assist him. Meanwhile, we'll just pose and look angry, because we are an angry, angry robot. Always angry, all the time. We're very reliable in that aspect. Oh, yes. So, here we go. We've got more of these guys firing electricity. Stop firing electricity! It's a drain on the national grid. Haven't you heard of the rolling blackouts, you bastards? Jesus, where are the US taxpayers' dollars going? They're not going into fixing those, that's for sure. Now, that was the problem. That is what we did wrong. By destroying all those too fast, we made it so that Bonecrusher arrived at the next area here first instead of Brawl. Unfortunately, this makes it so that all these tanks are invulnerable, because, well, I don't know why. Stupid coding, I guess. So all we're left to do is just stand around here going hacks and trying to hurt them. All we can do is wait for them to kill Brawl. So, we are after this going to have to replay the mission, and we're going to have to be a lot crappier at it, because of these fucking invulnerable tanks. Thank you, bad game coding. You are wonderful and great. And there we go, he finally drops dead, and mission failed. Oh no. Bang. That's Brawl exploding. Maybe you should have tried using your guns, Brawl. Maybe Bonecrusher should have tried helping you. Maybe you should have tried being in a better game. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to the mission marker again, and we're going to do the mission again, only this time we're going to be worse at it. There aren't many games I know of where you have to replay a mission and do more badly at it. More badly? Is that correct English? Who knows? Who cares? So, we're going to deal with these tanks again. You fucking tanks need to be dealt with again. We're going to walk into this thing, we're going to find its wings pre-scored to crack. My god, we're in a Hollywood film set. You! My god, no physics! We are in a Hollywood film set. This whole thing is happening inside Michael Bay's mind. Good grief, we found out. No! It's all a work of fiction in the mind of a deranged madman. Everything must be destroyed in order to end this ridiculous charade. So, over here we go. We're back onto the runway. We're going to have to help out Brawl again. Brawl, you're a tank. Use your tank parts. I can't use my tank parts. I'm shy. What? Those tank parts are no. I don't want to know. I don't want to fucking know. You asked. Shut up. Jesus. You're weird, Brawl. You're just weird. I'm going to get away from you. I'm going to go and help out Bonecrusher instead. We're destroying all the human shit. And he turns back into his robot form as if nothing had ever happened. Doesn't thank us or anything. Fucking wanktard. So, over here we go. We're going to ignore those guys and they're going to ignore us right back. Well, at least we have an understanding. And we transform or convert. Better not risk that trademark. Okay, we just defeat all these guys. We defeat the hell out of them. Take that. And that. And we get the wanting to enter the action zone immediately. We get some energy, jump over here, maybe go off and have a robot cigarette. Anything to make sure that Bonecrusher takes some serious beating for completely fucking up the mission last time. Arse rammer. So, now we're going to shoot them. And now we're going to shoot them again. Why not? Yes, lots of shooter-D for the humans, lots of doom. And then we shoot all these guys who are now vulnerable. You're not invulnerable anymore, you fucking hackers. Oh no, our hacks! It stopped working! Help us! No. Right, so fire one last missile so that we get all this explodity and doom and destruction and missiles flying everywhere during the final cutscene. It's all very spectacular and wondrous and brilliant. And that is that mission over. That is Starscream's mission done.
Love a smoking ruin, especially one I created. Decepticons, this is Starscream. Make for the rendezvous point. The Allspark will soon be ours.
Who is he? Buzz Lightyear? Jesus. Okay, so he flies off, and then we've got like half of the next cutscene, and then I decided to just cut it straight the fuck off. Now, you are going to be disappointed by the G1 skin for Starscream, which does not make him look anything like G1 Starscream. In fact, it just makes him look like they've painted him rather badly. Yeah. This is bollocks. This is what you earn, and I use the word loosely, by completing the game as the Decepticons. You earn G1 Starscream skin. There's also skins for Megatron, there's one for Bumblebee, I think, there's a few others. So, for this incredibly disappointing skin, we are going to take it all out on the humans by blowing up a load of their shit. Fucking tanks, thinking they own the place, just because they do. And there's an Autobot, so if we walk back away from him for some reason, he just flies off. Well, that's a somewhat indifferent Autobot. Anyway, we're going to quit out of this. This has been the semi-let's play of Transformers the Movie the Game. This is the end of it. There will be no more. I've been Evil Tim. This has been rubbish.